Anyone with more than a passing interest in classic cars will recognise this Trident badge as belonging to Maserati. Now in its centenary year, the Italian luxury car maker has revived the evocative Ghibli nameplate. But what's this? For the first time ever, it's been applied to a four-door saloon. And the shocks don't stop there. Rumour has it, under the bonnet, there's a diesel. What's going on with Maserati?
Before we get under the bonnet, let's take a good look at this striking new design. Although it bears a clear family resemblance to the Quattroporte, the Ghibli is a foot shorter, and its saloon bodywork features more coupe-like styling cues. Up front in particular, its snarling face is created by the slightly sinister headlights and the gaping grille, which hint strongly at the beautiful Gran Turismo.
Well, the rumours are true. This is indeed a diesel-powered saloon. But let's not cry heresy just yet. Yes, Maserati is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. But in order to make sure it stays around for the next 100 years, it needs to start building cars that are more mainstream and therefore appeal to a far larger audience.
With the new Ghibli, Maserati is courting European company execs who might otherwise choose BMWs, Audis, Mercs or Jags. But since the vast majority of these also choose diesel power for better economy and tax breaks, the introduction of an oil burner for the first time ever in a Maserati was non-negotiable. Of course, for the purists, there are more powerful twin-turbo petrol versions too. But when it comes to outright grunt, the 3-litre V6 diesel's 600 Nm of torque outstrips even the range-topping 410 bhp Ghibli S, which can only manage 550. So while we're on the numbers, the turbo diesel's 275 brake horsepower is enough to launch the saloon from 0 to 62 in a creditable 6.3 seconds. And on to a flat-out maximum of 155 miles per hour, where limits allow.
But how do those figures translate into the driving experience? Well, in terms of power delivery, response is silky smooth, and rapid progress is effortless thanks to the ZF 8-speed auto. But popping it into sport mode delivers snappier shifts and injects a little drama into proceedings.
Around town, the ride is unsettled by poor surfaces, which cause crashing and thudding to permeate the cabin. The rear wheels are often found scrabbling for grip when pulling out of side roads to join the cut and thrust of urban traffic. The optional sport suspension and 20-inch wheels fitted to our test car probably don't help matters, but the latter do look rather gorgeous, so we'll say no more. And you can always opt for the Skyhook adaptive damping system, which promises greater comfort for an extra £2,000 or so.
The rather soberly styled cabin is well appointed, with leather upholstery fitted as standard throughout. However, it's also practical, with this ventilated glove box, concealed cup holders, and this large storage compartment for all your extra bits and pieces.
Maserati claims class-leading front legroom, but in the rear it's a bit cosy, both for leg and headroom. But on the plus side, the seats have Isofix mounts and split 60/40, providing access to the 500-litre boot, which should be more than big enough to cope with an average family's summer holiday luggage. When it comes to running costs, combined fuel economy of 47.8 miles per gallon and CO2 emissions of 158 grams per kilometre are not bad, but depreciation is another matter. The Ghibli doesn't come cheap. Hand over 50 grand for the diesel and you'll get less than £1,000 change. Raid the options list to get the spec of our test car and you'll push the price to over 60k. But hold on a minute, a Maserati for less than 50k? A baby Quattroporte blessed with looks to die for and a badge steeped in automotive history? That's starting to sound like a bargain.
And there lies the issue really. Very few, if any, buyers choose a Maserati on purely rational grounds. Yes, the Ghibli's diesel engine is a nod towards sensible, logical individuals, but those who are ruled by their heads will ultimately buy German. Those who listen to their hearts, however, may well be swayed by this flawed, yet rather fabulous, Italian.